Um, First of all, I want to say hello to everyone, and then I would also like to thank the Science Access community for their kind invitation. I have 11 slides in total, and now I have the first slide on the screen. There are 3 pictures, and the title of my presentation on the screen: Comparison of Universal Design and Individual Design in terms of accessibility in STEM education. First picture is in the upper left corner, the official logo of the conference. And below the logo, there's my picture. My pronouns are he and his. I wore a dark green suit, and I am middle-aged, slightly bald, and slightly fat male. With long brown hair and eyes color also brown, and mustache, you know. I am connecting to the conference from my office at Kafkas University. I am the director of Research Center on Chaotic Education. The image in the lower right corner shows my location. There's a world map and painted with red my country. And I am connecting from Turkey. It's the bridge between Europe and Asia, and Kars, the city I live, is located near the northeast of the country. We are located very close to Georgia, and I would like to present a brief history of learning on the second slide. Therefore, the title of slide is A Brief Story of Learning. This slide contains a single large image. The purpose of this image is to explain the transition between chaos and order. I put a picture of a butterfly on the left to represent chaos, and the human brain figure on the right to represent order. Because simplifying, ordering, or arranging is a human construct. You cannot see sequential trees in nature. If you see trees arranged in order, it's man's work. We want to understand nature first, and we found doing science. After a while, science became so complex with symbols and with formulas, with graphs, and that we needed science education and to understand the nature of science studies, to understand science. Today, I am working on the concept of chaotic science education in order to make science education more accurate. Chaotic science education is based on the concepts of sustainable, accessible, contextual, I mean content from the nature, from the daily life, and creative science education. This fourth dimension, creative science education, also express individual education. And all educators think about educational reform, you know. The butterfly effect, which best symbolizes the chaos theory, tell us that a small effect can have a big results. I also believe that eliminating a student's need can change the entire education system. I am trying to apply the most important scientific paradigm, chaos theory, of the last century in the field of education. In this sense, I would like to discuss the concepts of universal and individual design in order to make STEM education accessible. As the title of my third slide, I choose Re-Understanding STEM Education. For this purpose, I shared an image and 2 sentences. The image shows that the map of science. All brains on science are placed in the spherical shape, like a ball. all branches, philosophy, sociology, psychology, medicine, or other different branches of science. Publishing journals were analyzed and prepared by Bullen and friends. This map shows us that science is a large and huge construct, and STEM limits this construct. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics limits this. And don't you want to create your own science education path, science education road, by using the science you like, you need it? Don't you want to do this? There have been attempts to lengthen the word by adding entrepreneurship or art. I mean, the first letter of these terms, they added, they make STEAM, for instance, added A to make express the art. But it's impossible to form a word with all branches of science. STEM education describes integrated, interdisciplinary studies. Therefore, the researchers should have a choice. This is very important. Natural research always preserves this freedom. Sorry. Yes. The title of my fourth slide is Thinking About Universal Design, because accessible STEM studies are associated with materials, methods, and strategies suitable for universal design. There are two pictures on the slide. These two images are designed to charge the phone. All technologies, maybe it will be, but the design on the left is multi-cable charger. I hope the cable suitable for your phone is on this charging cable, I hope. The charger on the right is wireless. It's designed to change the battery directly. It's enough to adjust according to the plus and minus ends of the battery. So it will help you with two designs, but which one would you choose? This is very important. Your choice is decide your individual design. First of all, we say universal design, design for everyone. But what do you prefer to use? This is individual design. And now the concept of universal design evokes the feeling, it's very important, of a finished design. But since needs can change constantly, design is not a finished process, it continues. There are two important points here. First, different needs require different designs. And a single design that meets all needs means combining and harmonizing all designs. Second, new needs mean new versions of the design. There are three designs in the slide. On one image on the slide, yes, and this design makes no sense. Randomly I prepared and I draw it. I combined various geometric shapes. As you can see, the last version, I mean version n+1, these three versions become more complex from version n-1 to version n, and the last version is version n+1. As you can see, the last version is more inclusive, more complex. It has more geometric shapes in its structure. I did this to serve more needs. As you know, mobile phones contain many elements such as radio, newspaper, video player, computer, and camera. New features continue to be added. In order to reach the universal design, the structure of the design starts to get complicated. At this point, the preservations of the user, I mean individual design, simplifying the design. Yes, not to make it more complex. If you simplify the design, you are working on your individual design. On the sixth slide, I would like to give an example of universal design from science education literature, and I talk about the universal design principles. There's an image on the left side of the left side of the slide. Here are three different versions of a bar magnet. The first version is ordinary magnet, painted half blue and half red with letter N and letter letter S for north and south ways written on it. And this magnet is not useful for totally blind learners because on surface there's no tactile symbols. Based on this need, the second design was developed. In the second design, half of the magnet is covered with tape. This surface creates difference and is useful for those who cannot see. But this creates problems for sighted learners because they cannot see the closed part of the magnet. Again, a disadvantaged group is formed. Therefore, we need the third design. We are working the third design now. Why don't we just cover half with a clear tape or transparent tape? Do you understand me? With this coating that shows the back, and both a surface difference occurs and the original of the magnet is visible. If you are not going to work in an inclusive environment, you can use the first or the second design. We call this backward design, individual design. And on the right side of my slide, there are 7 principles of universal design that I took from the story 2001. I want to read those: equitable use, flexible in use, tolerance for error, low physical effort, simple and intuitive use, perceptible of information, size and space for approach and use. From these 7 principles, I only want to talk about the flexible in use, and it's in green. Others are in blue. I classify these principles. Flexibility in use describes the individual design, but others, when you say universal design, you also mean accessibility, according to me. So this slide shows 3 different fonts cases with different shapes on them. Although the fonts are the same, the users can differentiate their fonts. This feature allows the user to take ownership. This is very important. Allowing individual designs make universal designs more expressive. And so keep your style and difference. The title of my 8th slide is this: because universal design reminds on unification and sameness, individual design reminds differentiation. Here is the three-stage design I talked about before. If as a designer you add some features, you may get universal design, but as a user you need individual design. You need to choose something, eliminate some features, so you get your individual design. And I am close to finish. I saw Kathleen, so
Yes.
I will finish
Unfortunately,
fast.
we are out of time. So if you could give some final thoughts. It's a wonderful presentation, but I'm so sorry.
Thank
We
you.
need to move on.
All right, two slides I will share. This slide is about universal course design, and I offer two type of course, and it's from a TV show and black sheet. Under the black sheet I am touching the yellow buttons as a star, group of stars. And in Georgia blind student school, I used umbrella and tactile styles. These two suggestions for explaining stars and their positions. You may edit an observation with telescope and for sighted learners in inclusive learning environment, but an individual course design, you may let students to attend star observation or not. So this is a table where I want to express first sentence, make equal opportunities, generally express universal design, and save diversity, flexibility, generally express individual design. So we have to give importance for these two concepts. I want to say thank you, Kathleen, and ASL interpreter for both and your community. And I may ask, I may listen if I have time, questions.